How many videos have I been in wearing this shirt? I don't see a problem. It's a favorite shirt for a reason. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I filmed a reading vlog. The last time I did one, it was 4 months ago. I checked yesterday to make sure because it has been that long. So I am back and I'm gonna do a reading vlog. From the title, you already know exactly which book I will be reading. It is going to be Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. This book is everywhere. The series is everywhere. There is serious FOMO with this book. Clearly there are a lot of books that I have yet to read that a lot of people have already read. It's not the first time I've been feeling FOMO with a book, but I thought to myself yesterday, since it has been a while since I've done a reading vlog and I needed to pick out a book for a reading vlog, I thought, let's just do this one. This book was actually on my desk for over a month before I went to Korea. I had planned to film a reading vlog for this, but I never got to it, so I'm here to do it today. This is going to be a spoiler-free video. If you've never read this book, it is safe to watch this video. If I am going to reveal spoilers, I will let you guys know beforehand. Anyway, we're just gonna get started with this book, and if you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel. You won't regret it. Now let's officially get started. This is not a spoiler section because I don't know what happens in this, but I am not going to pretend I don't know who I'm reading about. When I first bought this book, there were a lot of things that were said about this book, or certain tropes that I've heard were in this book. Time has passed and I've seen things on Instagram. I wouldn't necessarily say spoilers, but you can't go on TikTok or Instagram without hearing about certain characters, or should I say a particular character. One of the tropes that I remember hearing in the beginning was that there was a love triangle. I just remember seeing like a couple of names. Now I'm only seeing one person's name that keeps popping up. Oh my gosh, I picked the worst day to film this video because people outside are just going crazy. I apologize. There's gonna be a lot of cuts and I'm most likely going to have to film this reading vlog another day because it's really loud outside today. Back to what I was saying, because I really do want to finish this segment. So now I'm only seeing one name that this one person, this one character that is super popular, super high ranked on a lot of people's lists, and I'm talking about a guy character. Obviously when I read this book and I come across that name, I already have bias. Is this a spoiler? Possibly. I just wanted to let you guys know there are two people that I know will appear in this book. It's our female protagonist Juliet and Aaron Warner, who I don't even know if he's a male lead. I just know he's the book boyfriend. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, we'll get started eventually. Hi guys. Oh, I love this angle. Haven't started the book yet. I was gonna do something. I don't know what I was going to do. Right. I'm going to get my post-it tabs that match the color scheme of Shatter Me. Why am I filming using this angle? I think this works. Yeah, that one actually perfectly matches. There's a passage right when I open the book. Wait, I had no idea Juliet was going through this. Now I'm for real going to start the book. I already read this one though. It's the reader's note. Chapter 1, let's start. Wow, it's actually hard to not spoil because I just want to describe everything that's happening and what I'm feeling and what I'm reading. I don't know why I always had this impression that Shatter Me takes place in the olden days, but it doesn't seem that way because there's a van. Is this dystopian? Shouldn't I know that? I'm on page 2 now. I've got my answer. This is a dystopian society. I'm sorry, 2 eyes, 2 lips, 2 ears, 2 eyebrows. What are we looking at? I saw a line and I felt the need to jot something down. I'm just that easy. I thought he was a monster or something because it just hit me now that when I read two lips, I was thinking of two mouths. I forgot we have two lips. He better not be a main character because I don't like the introduction to this person. Someone needs to get me checked. We haven't had the best introduction to this person, but why am I kind of into it? We don't even know his name. The only thing we got was cellmate. He doesn't even have a name yet, and I am 8 pages in. I already know I don't want to live in this world. Page 9 is weird. Wait, she said something earlier about how he reminds her of someone. Yeah, on page 7 she says he reminds me of someone I used to know, but it's crossed out. Maybe it's because I constantly read rom-com or just romance, but why is everything that's happening in this book, I'm romanticizing it? Like, the things that are happening aren't necessarily cute, but in my mind it's like, ooh, this is so cute. It's really not, but why am I thinking it? I did not update on Goodreads. I was reading this yet, but I'm gonna do that because once I put it on Goodreads, most of the time it's a commitment. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let's put Shatter Me as currently reading on Goodreads. Currently reading. Yeah, I'm still reading this one right here. It's on my desk right now. It's that yellow thing. I don't know if I will ever get tired. Okay, maybe I will. I mean, there are certain books that I am just sick of that kind of scene. As of right now, because it's only the first time we get this description, I swear it's always every time I turn on the camera someone starts honking. Anyway, what was I saying? We don't know who this cellmate is yet. I mean, we are only on chapter 3. What I did gather, some of the things we got, he's a foot taller than her and his body is hard and solid with muscle. Good to know. It's nice to be able to form an image of who this person is. I just hope he is who I think it is. Anyway, let's like get back to the book because I need to focus on the important things, not descriptions of a man. This paragraph right here, it's giving older sister and younger brother, but then you go back to that top paragraph and it's like, an older sister would not be noticing things like this. We finally have this guy's name. It's Adam. Who? Who? She's locked up. People deem her dangerous, and that's what I've gotten so far. My question as of right now is, how old is she and who is Adam? I'm on page 22. Next page on 23 we actually find out how old she is. Isn't my timing just impeccable? It's currently 8:21. We're on page 22. So I obviously haven't done much in the hours leading up to right now. There's a reason. After I updated on Goodreads that I was reading Shatter Me, I decided to post a story on Instagram just to let you guys know. So I posted 2 polls. I've stated this a number of times that I was going to do a spoiler-free video. I am going to change my mind. According to the poll that I asked whether or not you guys want a spoiler-free video or just do what I normally do and spill everything about the book. Right now it's at 64%. I'm pretty sure hours from now the results would stay the same. If you watch the video up to this point, there really hasn't been much going on. I mean, I'm still on page 22, so I'm still getting started with the book. I hope I didn't really lead you guys on into saying this is exactly going to be a spoiler-free video. From this point onwards, it's going to be a spoiler zone. Buckle up, and I am so sorry if you were misled. If you decide to watch this video, you are warned. It's gonna be full of spoilers. If you haven't read the book and you don't want to know anything, I suggest you click off this video, come back after you've read Shatter Me. If you don't care, just continue watching onwards. And that's the plan. I'm just gonna continue reading from page 22. Also, a monumental moment is that Juliet has finally told Adam her name. So she wasn't born with this power. All of a sudden she just got it. We don't even know what power, but it has something to do with her touch. She did something to her mom. Wow, the moment I was able to start saying what happens in the book, my mouth just keeps going. I don't have to restrain myself any longer. I can totally picture this series being picked up for a franchise. Like, it's already panning out in my head. That's actually so cute. Please don't make me fall in love with this couple. And if I do, please tell me Adam is the character she ends up with. I can't have second lead syndrome. Please just tell me he is the one and that his real name is Aaron. Is Aaron even the main guy? What if he was just a character that everyone loved but wasn't the main character? Oh my gosh, I should be focused on the plot. Wait, Adam is the person that Juliet knew all those years ago? How dare he? Enemies to lovers. Is this Aaron, the guy on page 46 and 47, the one who commands? Wait, they're soldiers. Is he part of the reestablishment? I should just continue to read because I'm going to go crazy with all the questions that I have. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the moment a guy gets described as beautiful, he's the main character. This leader who is on page 47, I'm pretty sure this is Aaron. The beginning of this book is very similar to Frostblood. It's Warner. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is Aaron. Okay, I guess you like him then. Yeah, we don't need to know that he's gorgeous. Cross that out. This really is giving me Frostblood by Ellie Blake. The beginning scene, it's like, I'm going to recruit you to join my group so you can help me defeat these people. Wait, these soldiers, they're not part of the reestablishment? Is this a rebellion group in the reestablishment? Is this what's happening? You have something I want. Pet project. Damn, Aaron. About to start chapter 11, but I am feeling so tired right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I caught up on some reading. I'm on page 64. So Warner is a soldier of the reestablishment or what? This is so sweet. On page 67 when she says, all I ever wanted was to reach out and touch another human being, not just with my hands but with my heart. I really want to know what Juliet is capable of. Like, this is really amping it up. Why does Warner and his whole group want her on their side? Like, why am I feeling the chemistry between Adam and Juliet? This is not right. I cannot be developing feelings for another ship. I've already prepared myself for one. So Juliet has the power to absorb other people's energy or force. Is that what it is? As long as you don't touch her with your bare hands, you're safe. That scene when Warner, you know, tries to calm her down and smooths her hair, picks her up. Oh my gosh, swooning.
This is so not appropriate for what just happened. I'm sorry, Jenkins.
I'm on page 102 now. We finally got an answer. It appears Warner is a soldier in the reestablishment. I was actually thinking about how much Warner and Juliet remind me of Tris and Four from Divergent. I haven't read the books for Divergent, but I have watched the movies. Okay, that just happened. There was firing of a... I feel like everything here is staged. Warner is probably planning something. I have trust in this man. I like Adam. Please have Adam remain good, because I don't want to find out that he is evil later on or something like that. Please don't do that to me. Let's keep Adam safe. Reading this, knowing that Warner is the main character, makes it a lot easier to not dislike him. Also, don't know why, but reading Shatter Me is giving the selection as well, where Warner is Prince Maxon and what is his name? And Adam is giving Aspen. I'm just mixing up a whole bunch of books right now, and I'm comparing what I'm reading to what I have read in the past. Are we sure Warner is a good person? Obviously, we are just on our first book, but right now on page 128 to 129, this man is giving me psycho energy. Can't wait to uncover what is actually happening. Warner is giving me crazy. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like it, but I'm kind of like on the fence about it because he did kill someone. I don't know if it was staged or not, but he really did. Are the rebels actually bad people? Or, oh my gosh, like I need to stop thinking. I will say it. I am totally okay with Adam and Juliet. I'm on page 151. You can't tell me that Adam doesn't pull any strings in your heart. How did she do that? Girl. Juliet just elevated her powers. This does remind me of that scene in Divergent where Tris like breaks glass, but it's all a simulation. This is not a simulation. Juliet just did that. Oh my gosh, chapter 27. All the action was in that chapter. More updates. I just finished chapter 32. It's so hard to not like Adam. I want to think this, that Warner, Adam, they're on the same side, and it's just all an act for Adam to escape with Juliet. I think the reason why Warner kind of went crazy when they escaped is to make it more realistic, but also he did not expect Adam to be able to touch Juliet. So I think it was jealousy that factored into his craziness, but they're all on the same side at the end of the day. I think at the end of this book, Warner is gonna show up and it's gonna be like a whole group meeting where they're like, so what's the next step? And it's something like that, because there's just no way they're not on the same side. I don't want to read a part where Adam betrays them. I don't want to see it. I don't want to read it. It would honestly hurt. And James is a cutie. My heart kind of breaks for Adam. He worked so hard to give this safe place for James, and now they have to leave. But Kenji is a very fun character. Kenji calling everyone uptight. We cannot lose James. This better not be one of those books where almost every side character dies, because we can't have that. Oh my gosh, I'm so... Okay, I'm on page... Okay, some car is being very loud, but I need to say it because that person is not leaving. Right now I'm on page 252. What happened before where their location is compromised and they had to leave. Now I'm starting chapter 39. Warner found them. Why am I kind of scared? But what's even more alarming is that he's touching her face. He knows he can touch her. Of course, we need to make sure that Adam is okay. Warner is literally certified insane. Things just fly over his head. Oh my gosh, he was deprived of so much that I don't even know what he's feeling. I can't say it's love. It really feels like it's obsession, possessiveness. I'm hoping it gets better, because right now I'm still on board with Adam. He hasn't done anything to wrong me, and I don't want him to wrong me. Things are getting a little bit too fishy. I'm on page 267. Guys, I was actually planning on taking a shower before I finish this book, but I'm like almost done, so I might as well just finish it and then shower. I'm on page 300. Things have happened in the last few chapters. I feel like I went through a whirlwind. My hair is like all messy and stuff. At this point in the book, Juliet, Adam, James, Kenji, they're all at this place called Omega Point. It's basically this movement that is against the reestablishment. We get to meet someone named Castle. On page 300, Castle mentions something about people with gifts. So Juliet is not the only one who possesses a gift. Now I'm wondering like what kind of gift they're talking about. Is it like the same thing where their touch is dangerous, or they actually have different gifts where some people can fly and some people can, I don't know, manipulate objects? I have no clue. Do we trust Omega Point? Can we believe that they are doing the right thing? Maybe. I really do be speaking so soon. If I read page 301, I would know, yeah, there are other abilities. Wait, does the reestablishment know that there are others with abilities? Okay, I'm on page 326. I feel like the book is really about to end, so I might as well just leave the camera on. Adam and Juliet are really cute together. Is this the end? I was not expecting that this book was not going to leave on a cliffhanger. It's like, I can wait to read the next book. Okay, well, I'm done. Anyway, I just finished Shatter Me. I will come back very soon to give my rating and my thoughts on this book. I am ready to give my review for Shatter Me. I feel like if I gave a rating right after I read this book, I would say this would be a solid 4 stars. Now that I've had time, I would give this a 4.5. It's going to be 4 stars on Goodreads, but I'm going to say it's 4.5 for me because honestly, it did something. I always had this preconceived notion that young adult books where there is a female protagonist, I will not like her 100%. But I have to say, there was not a moment in this book that I didn't like Juliet because her personality is very charming. She's very likable. And how she behaved throughout this entire book, it really made sense. It didn't feel like too much. Oh, now I remember a character I didn't really like vibe with. I was thinking about Red Queen. That's what it was. Okay, now I'm actually understanding what I was feeling. I didn't express this in the video, but I was really worried that this book was going to turn into a Red Queen situation. I'm not going to spoil it, but I was really dreading for what happened in that book to happen in this book, and thank God it did not. At least I hope it doesn't happen in the rest of the series, but I'm just really glad it did not happen in this one. Anyway, there were times that it reminded me of a lot of the other books that I keep saying in this video, but it really did stand out on its own. It's not original, but it didn't feel cliche, which I really appreciated. So thank you to Tahereh Mafi for giving me something new to read. And that was not me being confused. I don't know why I said it like that. So 4.5 for this book because I love Juliet's character. I love Adam. It's so hard for me to read a book and develop second lead syndrome. Like, I don't ever feel that. If Adam is a second lead, then I'm definitely getting it. So I like Juliet. I like Adam. I like them together. I love the different characters that we've been introduced to. No matter how crazy Warner was in this book, he had his appeal. I mean, I still need time to get used to that guy. His obsession is another level. This book also had a couple of really funny moments. I giggled here and there. We had romantic scenes. We had tension freaking filled scenes. We had comedy. We also had action. And there was a good balance in this book. Those are all the reasons why I'm rating this book in between 4 and 5. I don't want to give this a 5 yet because I want to continue reading the series and hoping it gets better because it's gotta get better.
Right.
And before I end this video, let me just tell you that I am ready to start the second book. I even took it out of my bookshelf because I'm ready to read this book. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reading vlog for Shatter Me. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe for more because I have Unravel Me coming because I'm going to start it right now. Again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!